Is MSNBC guilty of murder? Joy Reid claims she knows where the bodies are hidden. Now, I'm going to assume she's being figurative there, but you never know with MSNBC and Joy Reid. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. We've got an article here. It kind of got my attention. This is over at a Radar exclusive. Dumped host Joy Reid set to scream bloody murder. This is so disturbing already. Over being axed from MSNBC. She knows where the bodies are buried and is getting set to torch the network to the ground. That is like one of the most tabloid titles I've ever seen in my life. Scream bloody murder over being axed. I asked you to leave, Joy Reid. Now, Joy Reid, I heard when Rachel Maddow talked about it, Rachel Maddow said she quit. And now it's, we were kidding. She was actually fired, which is probably makes a lot more sense. But the network didn't want to admit that they fired a diversity hire. So they pull them aside and they go, look, we're going to give you a golden parachute deal. We're going to pay you out and you're done with your contract. We will not publicly say that you fired. Publicly, we will say that you weren't fired, but that you chose to leave the network. And that was the narrative they went with. She said, I choose to leave. I'm moving on. I'm not going to sell out to this network, da-da-da. Well, now it's months later, and here's Joy Reid going, I was fired, and I'm going to scream bloody murder. I also wanted you to notice in the background here is a picture of this bug-eyed, mentally unstable woman at the 1619 Project. That is the racist alternative history lie narrative that the country was founded in 1619 by slaves. Again, you're obsessed with race. She's obsessed with skin color, both hers and mine. And so that will make you a truly unhappy and soon unemployable person. Let's get to the rest of the article here because look at 3 white people. Why'd the black person get cut? I'll tell you where the bodies are buried, Joy Reid. I see 3 honkies keeping their job. And which one gets fired? The diversity hire. Every single time. Liberals hired you because of diversity, and then they fired you because you did not have the merit and you are a screaming lunatic that should not be on the air. And unrepentant Joy Reid. Should she be repentant? Unrepentant Joy Reid is set to scream bloody murder and seek vengeance against MSNBC for canceling her show, The Ride Out, and unceremoniously kicking her to the door. Radar Online can reveal. Well, my first comment to that is, Joy Reid, come on my show. Please. Guys, if anyone out there has a contact or you know how to email her, just tell Joy Reid. The Doug TenNapel Show. Doug TenNapel has an open invitation. Joy Reid, I will give you my platform for 1 episode. You can come on and you can say anything you want. I will give you your free speech right that you would never give a conservative, especially not a straight white male conservative, but I will offer it to you because I want to hear what you have to say. So I'll give you a voice. MSNBC fired you and took your voice away, and I will give you a voice on my platform because I'm better than MSNBC. The 56-year-old anchor who had been with MSNBC for over a decade is said to be furious over what she sees as backstabbing betrayal from the very network she helped build. Now she built the network. So not only did slaves build in 1619 Project, build America, but Joy Reid built MSNBC, even though MSNBC treated her worse than a slave, because that's just MSNBC. That's just their agenda. An MSNBC insider said, quote, she's livid. She's livid. And she knows everything. She's ready to burn the house down. Is this news? We already knew Joy Reid was livid. She's always angry. She's perpetually angry. She's told that white people are stealing everything from her. She's told that white people hate her because she's black. She's told that white people hate her because she's a woman. She's told that MAGA wants her dead, wants to take away her rights, wants to imprison her into a red Handmaid's Tale outfit. So, of course, she's a liberal, so she's livid. She's a feminist, so she's livid. Okay, and she's livid and she knows everything. Of course, she's on MSNBC and they all think they know everything. Whereas me, I'm a barely literate comic book artist. I know almost nothing. And then she's ready to burn the house down. And so, look, I'm going to show you guys that line. Now, this time, she's ready to burn the house down. Guys, the Democrats have always been ready to burn the house down. That's why they're so violent. Look at them burning Tesla down, throwing swastikas everywhere. It's not hard for a Democrat to be ready to burn the house down. They're always ready to burn it down. It's their problem. Now, according to sources, Joy Reid signed her own death warrant, man, violent, by holding an internal summit with other anchors. So she got together with her buddies, including Rachel Maddow, Lawrence O'Donnell, and Nicole Wallace, these three honkies, to unite in battle against the network's new strategy to be left-wing, less, man, I can't even speak, to be less left-wing biased. So they had their own secret retreat. Joy Reid, cuckoo, Rachel Maddow, hoo-hoo, Lawrence O'Donnell, and Nicole Wallace. She's the worst of them. They had their secret meeting, and when the network said, hey, be less left-wing biased, just be less biased. You know, if someone told me, Doug, be less right-wing biased, I could be. They go, Doug, just be neutral. Just, that means report the facts. What that means is no opinion. Don't give your opinion, just say this fact happened, okay? Tesla dealerships were burned down by Democrats. That's not opinion. That's a fact. Now, when I add my opinion, it goes, and they're all lunatics. That's my opinion. So she met with them against the company's orders and conspired against the brand that is the wallet that's paying her. Reid also took to the air to liken President Donald Trump's tactics with fascism. Meanwhile, the liberal television personality has been blasted for her own racially charged rhetoric and saying that Americans were afraid of a brown invasion over the border and that black people would be weird if they didn't vote for Kamala Harris. That's what she said. She said black people would be weird if they don't vote for Kamala Harris. And then she also blamed Kamala Harris's loss in November on white women who did not show up for her. Joy Reid, see, this is what I despise these identity politics. They're so stupid. They're backwards. She's a woman, Joy Reid, and then she goes after women voters if they don't vote for Kamala Harris, a woman. After the election, Reid lost almost half of her viewers. Oh, so good. And her firing is a major move by the network's new president, Rebecca Cutler, in an effort to reverse its downward spiral. You know, we found the problem with our network, and we're going to fix at least one thing. We're going to fire Joy Reid. Exhibit A. I mean, the facts are there. She lost half her audience after the election. So you got to do something, and what's weird is I can't force you to be in my audience. I can't make you guys watch. If I don't turn it on, if I don't lay down the cheddar for you, you're gone. You know what? People leave this audience all the time. They go, you know what, Doug? Not my taste. You know what? They're going to go to someone else's audience. That happens. One day my audience could fall to zero. If I keep doing what I'm doing and no one likes it, it could fall to zero. And then you just go, well, I guess they don't want what I'm laying down. That's what happened to Joy Reid. Not enough people want what you're laying down. It can happen to all of us. But Reid refuses to take accountability for her show's failure, declaring, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry that I stood up for things. Fine. You don't get an audience. Now sources said she's looking to roast those she believes betrayed her. The insider warned MSNBC wants her to sign a NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. That's when you do not talk. But that's not going to happen. If they think they're going to silence her, they'd better think again. Usually they get the non-disclosure agreement signed before you get fired. So I don't know how true. Again, this was over on Radar Online. I do think it's wonderful that the headline said she knows where the bodies are buried. I have one theory on why she knows where the body is buried. And that is because she buried them. This is the Doug to Naples channel. Joy Reid, come on my show.